Level 1. The Mistake Magnet. Andre Onana. Manchester United paid £47 million for chaos with gloves. The shot-stopping? Sometimes spectacular. The decision-making? Occasionally baffling. And somewhere between those extremes, goals leaked in that simply shouldn't. He throws his feet under him to make easy saves look difficult. At Inter Milan, where he reached a Champions League final, he looked fairly good. At United, the pressure and scrutiny exposed him. Crosses misjudged. Through balls hesitated on. Distributions swinging wildly between incisive and inexplicable. Former United player Nemanja Matic called him one of the worst goalkeepers in Manchester United history. Harsh, but the stats supported the frustration. United sent him to Trabzonspor on loan. The £47 million gamble doesn't look like it paid off. Loris Karius. One night in Kiev destroyed everything. 2 errors, 2 goals. A concussion that might have explained it. A reputation that never recovered. Before that 2018 Champions League final against Real Madrid, Karius had qualities, though inconsistent, that made him look like Liverpool's long-term solution. Quick off his line. Decent distribution, confident presence. After it, he became football's cruelest cautionary tale. Loan spells at Besiktas and Union Berlin followed. Moments of quality appeared, sure, but always that shadow. Here's the thing about Karius. He's not a bad goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper who made bad mistakes at the worst possible moment. Sometimes that's all it takes. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Chelsea paid a world record £72 million in 2018. 7 years later, he left for £5 million. The talent was always visible. Quick reflexes, good feet, brave in one-on-ones. But the errors kept coming. Crosses misjudged. Shots spilled that should have been held. That infamous moment in the 2019 League Cup final when he refused to be substituted. Kepa's problem was never ability. It was reliability. He'd make 3 brilliant saves, then gift the opposition a goal. Loans to Real Madrid and Bournemouth followed. Now at Arsenal as David Raya's backup, he's found a role that suits him. Cup goalkeeper, penalty specialist, experienced cover. A redemption of sorts, but a far cry from the player Chelsea thought they were buying. At this level, every shot can turn into a goal, no matter how bad. Level 2. The Prospect. Senna Lamens arrived at Manchester United in September 2025 for £18 million and immediately made people forget about the goalkeeper crisis. In his final Antwerp season, he recorded more saves than any goalkeeper in Europe's top 10 leagues. By December, 13 consecutive Premier League starts, multiple Man of the Match awards, a senior Belgium cap. United fans started singing Schmeichel comparisons. Whether he sustains this across seasons and knockout pressure remains the question. But the early signs? Something solid. Georgi Mamardashvili announced himself at Euro 2024 with 21 saves in the group stage, the joint most by any goalkeeper in the competition's history. Liverpool paid £29 million. When Alisson went down with yet another hamstring injury in September 2025, Mamardashvili stepped in and showed exactly why. At 25, he's no longer a project. He's ready. The only question is whether Alisson's injury record hands him the starting spot permanently. Bart Verbruggen. Brighton's Dutch international is 23 and already drawing Neuer comparisons from his own manager. In November 2025, 3 clean sheets, a penalty save, and Brighton's Player of the Month. Netherlands international at Euro 2024. Linked with AC Milan and bigger clubs watching closely. What separates Verbruggen from the levels above? Sample size. He hasn't faced sustained pressure across multiple campaigns, yet. Clear potential, unclear ceilings. The next 3 years tell us everything. Level 3. The Chaos Keeper. Fabian Barthez won everything. World Cup, European Championship, 2 League One titles, 2 Premier League titles, and somehow you still never fully trusted him. He had lightning reflexes and insane confidence, the kind that could dominate a penalty area or gift the opposition a goal through sheer recklessness. At Monaco and Marseille, the brilliance outweighed the chaos. At Manchester United, they arrived in equal measure, sometimes in the same match. Ferguson trusted him for 3 title-winning seasons. The errors kept lurking anyway, coming for crosses he couldn't reach, attempting sweeps that left the goal exposed. Barthez won more trophies than most goalkeepers dream of. He also provided more heart-stopping moments than any manager can live with. René Higuita, the original chaos keeper. Before the term existed, Higuita was living it. The scorpion kick at Wembley in 1995 became the most replayed save in history. But that wasn't even the moment that defined him. In the 1990 World Cup, with Colombia leading Cameroon, Higuita wandered 40 yards off his line, tried to dribble past Roger Milla, lost the ball, and watched his nation crash out. A goalkeeper who genuinely believed he was a number 10 trapped in gloves. He'd score free kicks, attempt bicycle kicks, join attacks like a midfielder. Madness. But the kind of madness that made football unforgettable. Emiliano Martinez, World Cup winner, 2-time Copa America champion, Aston Villa's undisputed number 1. And yet, level 3. Here's why. On his best day, Martinez performs 2 levels higher. Penalty shootouts become his personal stage. The psychological games, the delays, the stare-downs, they work. His record from 12 yards is extraordinary, but across 90 minutes, the profile shifts. Positioning that tips from aggressive into reckless. Emotional volatility that either lifts his team or destabilizes it. Yellow cards for time wasting. Confrontations with referees. Red cards for challenges outside his area. Is that controversial? Probably. Is it wrong? Watch 38 Premier League games and decide for yourself. Jordan Pickford has been England's number 1 for nearly a decade. In tournaments, he's been exceptional. In the Premier League, he's been streaky. His passing range would make midfielders jealous. His reactions in high-pressure knockout matches can be world-class. But the decision-making wobbles. Coming off his line when staying would be safer. Punching when catching was the better option. That's the chaos keeper profile. Brilliant when the lights are brightest. Less reliable when consistency matters more than moments. Jens Lehmann made Arsenal's invincibles possible, while also testing their nerves constantly. Magnificent reflexes. Concentration that could lapse spectacularly. He'd produce a string of incredible saves, then do something inexplicable. Coming out when he should stay, challenging when he should hold. The 2006 Champions League final red card remains the defining image. 18 minutes in, fouling Samuel Eto'o, sent off. Months of excellent performances erased by one moment of poor judgment. That was Lehmann. World-class ability, volatile execution. Chaos keepers don't aim for consistency. They aim for moments. Moments that occasionally win you trophies. Level 4. The Specialist. David De Gea. Between 2014 and 2023, not many keepers on the planet stopped shots better. The reaction saves were absurd, the positioning textbook, the ability to make himself big in one-on-ones unmatched. He won Manchester United points they had no business earning. Then football evolved. Distribution became essential. Sweeping range became non-negotiable. De Gea offered neither. He preferred his line. The box stayed unclaimed. After a year without a club, Fiorentina signed him in August 2024. At 35, he's still pulling off spectacular saves, still flashing those reflexes. But modern goalkeeping demands more than shot stopping. De Gea mastered one dimension in a game that suddenly demanded 5. Jan Oblak. For years, the best pure shot stopper in the world. At Atletico Madrid, he's been the foundation of Simeone's defensive empire. The reflexes are extraordinary. The concentration is immense. His save percentage consistently ranks among Europe's highest. But here's the debate. Is Oblak complete? His distribution is functional, not creative. His sweeping is conservative. Atletico's deep block protects him from situations that would expose those limitations. Within that system, genuinely world-class. Outside it, questions remain. Keylor Navas won 3 consecutive Champions League titles as Real Madrid's #1. That demands respect. He was a classic shot-stopper, brave in one-on-ones, reliable in big moments. His 2015-16 Champions League campaign defined clutch. Just 3 goals conceded in 12 appearances, 9 clean sheets, the best goalkeeper of the tournament. But distribution? Limited. Sweeping range? Conservative. He thrived in a system that protected him defensively and never asked him to play with his feet. Within those parameters, genuinely world-class. Outside them, the limitations showed. Ederson. For 8 years at Manchester City, he was the best distributor in goalkeeping history. The passing range defied belief. Long balls landing on Haaland's chest from 70 yards. Quick combinations that broke the press before it formed. He functioned as City's 11th outfield player, winning 6 Premier League titles and a Champions League. But invert the question, was he a great traditional goalkeeper? Save percentage consistently ranked below other top keepers. Reactions, while competent, weren't extraordinary. Positioning got exposed when City's high line was beaten. Now at Fenerbahce, his City legacy is secure, but it's a legacy built on one elite ability. Level 5. The complete modern. Alisson Becker transformed Liverpool's defence overnight. Before he arrived in 2018, they conceded constantly. After, they became the stingiest team in England. Shot stopping at the highest level. Distribution is accurate and varied. Sweeping range that allows Liverpool to play a dangerously high line. Composure that steadies everyone around him. That header against West Brom in 2021, 95th minute, securing Champions League qualification, showed something beyond technical ability. Presence, belief. The concern now is durability. Since 2024, hamstring injuries have become recurring, with multiple extended absences disrupting Liverpool's rhythm. When healthy, he remains one of the world's best. Keeping him healthy has become the challenge. Thibaut Courtois. When fit, he's among the best alive. That Champions League final against Liverpool in 2022, 9 saves, some of them outrageous, was a masterclass in controlling a match from the back. His size, 6 feet 6 inches, should make him awkward. Instead, he moves with surprising agility. Positioning is textbook. Distribution has improved steadily. ACL and knee injuries have disrupted recent seasons, but when he's on the pitch, the quality is undeniable. Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Before the injuries, he was pushing for level 6. Barcelona's German was the complete modern goalkeeper. Distribution rivaling Ederson, shot stopping near the top, sweeping intelligent and aggressive. Under Luis Enrique and beyond, he played as a genuine 11th outfield player and maintained that standard for a decade. Then the injuries arrived. A complete patella tendon rupture in September 2024. A back surgery in 2025. 14 months without competitive football. Barcelona moved on. Joan Garcia became the new #1, Szczesny the cup keeper. Ter Stegen returned for one Copa del Rey match in December 2025, but he's now third choice at the club he captained. Links to Monaco, Tottenham circle constantly. Whether he rebuilds elsewhere or fades as a backup remains the question. The body gave out. The talent was never in doubt. Gianluigi Donnarumma is a specialist who earned his way to level 5. The 2024-25 season made the case impossible to ignore. Champions League winner with PSG, Yashin Trophy, FIFA Best Men's Goalkeeper, FIFPro World 11, clean sheet in a 5-0 demolition of Inter in the Champions League final. At 26, he's collected more individual honours than most goalkeepers manage in a career. Manchester City paid £26 million in September 2025 to make him Ederson's replacement, and he's delivered immediately. 6 clean sheets in his first 14 Premier League games. City battling Arsenal for the title. But here's the tension. His distribution remains okay at best. Guardiola's system demands more from goalkeepers than any other. The question now is whether Donnarumma evolves or gets exposed. The skill set says specialist, the level of specialist, and the trophies says level 5. Diogo Costa at Porto has been linked with every major club for a reason. Shot-stopping metrics rank among Europe's best. He was named Primeira Liga Goalkeeper of the season with the most clean sheets in the division. Composure in high-pressure situations, including saving all 3 penalties against Slovenia at Euro 2024, a first in tournament history, suggests serious mental resilience. Distribution suits modern tactical systems. At 26, he just signed a new deal until 2030, but with a €60 million release clause, the move to a bigger league feels inevitable. If he maintains this level, he challenges for spots above. No obvious weakness, consistent excellence. This is where true quality begins. Level 6. The era-defining great. Iker Casillas, Spain's greatest ever. 3 Champions Leagues, a World Cup, 2 European Championships. The 2010 World Cup final save against Robben. One-on-one, stretching out his right leg at the perfect moment, defined an era. Casillas was pure reflex goalkeeping at its peak. His positioning was instinctive. His reactions seemed to defy physics. He led Real Madrid's defense for over a decade and captained Spain through their greatest period in history. The exit from Madrid was messy, the final years at Porto quieter, but at his peak, Casillas was untouchable, the standard against which a generation of goalkeepers measured themselves. Peter Schmeichel was Ferguson's prototype for the modern commanding goalkeeper. Physical presence that filled the frame, reactions that seemed impossible, a voice that organized defenses through sheer force of personality. The starfish save technique became iconic. The penalty save against Bergkamp in the 1999 FA Cup semi-final remains one of the most replayed moments in English football. 5 Premier League titles, a Champions League, the treble. Schmeichel dominated his era completely. David Seaman defined English goalkeeping for a generation. At Arsenal, he won 3 league titles, 4 FA Cups, and earned 75 England caps. The ponytail, the moustache, the presence. Seaman was calm when chaos surrounded him, commanding when defenders needed direction. His save against Sheffield United in the 1993 FA Cup semi-final, diving full stretch to tip Paul Pescisolido's header onto the bar, showed reflexes that matched anyone in the world. Ronaldinho's free kick in 2002 haunts the memory, but one moment shouldn't define a career of sustained excellence. Petr Cech, 202 clean sheets in 443 appearances, more than any other Premier League goalkeeper in history. At Chelsea, he was the defensive foundation Mourinho built his empire on. Positioning was flawless. Concentration never wavered. His presence calmed everyone around him. The skull injury in 2006 could have ended his career. Instead, he came back and maintained his level for another decade. That's mental fortitude on a different planet. Edwin van der Sar's longevity defies logic. World-class at Ajax in the early 1990s. Still world-class at Manchester United in his late 30s. His 1,311 minutes without conceding a goal in 2008 to 2009 remains a Premier League record. Calm, intelligent, consistently excellent across 2 decades. Oliver Kahn embodied German intensity. Concentration was almost frightening. Reflexes were razor-sharp. His will to win bordered on obsessive. 3 consecutive UEFA Best Goalkeeper awards. The 2002 World Cup final carried almost entirely on his shoulders. Germany had no business reaching that match. Kahn dragged them there anyway. Then, the one mistake. The fumble that gifted Ronaldo the opener. He still won the Golden Ball, the only goalkeeper in World Cup history to claim it. Gianluigi Buffon played 28 seasons at the top level, a World Cup, 10 Serie A titles. His consistency across nearly 3 decades defies what we understand about athletic decline. Reflexes, positioning, and command remained at the highest level deep into his 40s. The €52 million Juventus paid Parma in 2001 remained a goalkeeper world record for nearly 2 decades. The only missing trophy? The Champions League, 3 finals lost. Football doesn't always reward greatness with the highest honor. Level 7. The Architect. Manuel Neuer solved the position. Before him, goalkeepers stayed on their line and stopped shots. After him, goalkeepers became sweepers, defenders, distributors. He was the one who reinvented the role of a goalkeeper, playing 40 yards off his line, intercepting through balls, starting attacks with passes that belonged to playmakers. Under Guardiola at Bayern Munich and beyond, Neuer functioned as an 11th outfield player who also happened to be world-class between the posts. The 2014 World Cup final performance, sweeping, distributing, commanding, remains the template every young goalkeeper now studies. At 39, approaching his 40th birthday in March 2026, he's still Bayern's first choice. The club has offered an extension to 2027. Injuries have accumulated, fractured ribs, muscle tears, over 75 days missed in 2024 to 2025 alone. But when fit, he still controls matches with the same intelligence that made him untouchable a decade ago. He retired from international football after Euro 2024. At club level, the standards remain. Others mastered goalkeeping. Manuel Neuer changed its meaning. From liabilities to architects, every level has value. Sometimes you need the chaos keeper to save a penalty shootout. Sometimes you need the specialist to pull off a reaction save that defies physics. The question is never who's best. It's who's best for what? Did we underrate someone? Overrate someone else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this one, you'll love what's coming next.